So those who are new, I told them to complete the 48 and 49 number. Hope they might have done that. So now we will continue with the project the day before yesterday, which we were doing. Let me show you. Okay, so this one I will come out with this one. To come out with this npm start, we have to press Ctrl C, and I will go to my project 0001, which we did day before yesterday. And if I go to source code, we created the counter div, and it is the counter application, and we print the count. Count is nothing but the state variable which I created here, and its default value is 0. And I have three buttons: subtract, reset, add. When I click subtract or reset or add, in actually this handle click is called handle click is at the parent level of these buttons. Because of the bubbling effect in the JavaScript, we are able to track the click of any of this button in this function. And in this function I will write, if the target class has subtract, then I take the count and -1, and I update the set count. So to update the count, we have to pass the value inside the set count. So what I am doing, I am taking the current count value and I am subtracting 1 and updating the count value using this set count function. So whenever you want to update the state variable, you cannot update directly. You have to call this function to update the count value. Same thing with the reset, I am changing it to the 0. Same thing with the add button, I am adding one more value to it. Let's see how it works on the browser, and then we will do some modification on this page. Let me go to project 001. I will run npm start. So those who are absolutely new, they should go and watch all the videos here from the lesson 1 whenever they get time. But for today's class, these two lessons are important to understand today's class. So if you are not done, just go through these two before you do today's class. And the thing is that whenever I type something, whenever I do any project, you have to do along with me. So that means you don't have to listen. You have to do the project along with me. And if you get stuck anywhere, you have to ask me, so that I should not hear from you tomorrow that I was getting this error or that. You have to do it in front of me, and if you get error, you have to tell me immediately. So this is very simple project, but when we go to very big project also, it will be difficult for you to do it after the class. So you have to do every project here in front of me. Okay, let's see how it works. We have three buttons and we have the count variable. Once this will start, I will show you in the browser. Yeah, it will take few more seconds. Yeah, it's done. So let's go in the browser. So you will see this counter application is there. When I click subtract, it's going -1. If I click reset, it's going 0. And if I add, it increases the value from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. Now what we will do some changes in this application, and we will make it little more interactive from yesterday. So what I want to do is, instead of doing count set count here in each if case, I will do this set count after all the if else case. So I will say set count, and I will pass some value here. Okay, value will be dynamic based on the if condition. So here, before if condition, I will create a variable val equal to, initially I will give the variable value 0, and as soon as we are in the first if case condition, I have to make the wall to the value which I want to update to the set count. So here wall will be equal to count minus 1. So whatever we are putting inside this, I will put it in, assign it to this variable, and I will delete this line. In the second case, I will say wall equal to 0, and I will delete this line. And in the third case, I will do wall equal to count plus 1, and I will delete it. And finally, when I get the final value of wall, I will put it here. So for the reset button, wall is 0, and here also wall is 0. So it is giving me the error. So it's saying, review this redundant assignment. Wall already holds the assigned value along the execution path. Because both are 0, that means we can delete one of them and use it another one. So for the reset case, I will just delete the if case for the reset. So initially wall is 0. If it is subtract, I will minus 1, and if it is add, I will plus 1. And if it is reset, it will automatically take this value, that is let wall equal to 0. And I will update the set count here after all the if condition is gone. So we have wall after all the if condition is gone. Let's see if this is working. So I'll refresh it. I'm adding it, reset, subtracting it. It's working fine. So whoever has written this application, they should do this change in the handle click function. So only thing what we did, we created a variable, updated the variable based on the required if condition, and in the final we updated the set count to the new value which we get it here. So I'll give you 1 minute to fix this handle click function. So if wall is not equal to 0, var equals to 0. Wall is not equal to 0. Where will you put this code? Which line number you are talking about? I have removed the reset button because the reset value is here. So I don't need the statement which you say wall is not equal to 0, wall equal to 0. I don't need that statement, because initially I assigned wall, and based on this I assign this change value. Is it done? Is this change done? I gave you 1 minute. 1 minute is done. Okay, done. Now what we have to do, we have to change the color. If it is greater than 0, then we have to give one color, and if it is less than 0, we have to give another color, and if it is 0, we have to give another color. So we have to do the color change here. So let's do the color change now, and working only one time. So working only one time means what? Means it's not updating.
So working only one time means only I have clicked many times, but increasing only one time, 0 to 1.
Only
Not
0
more
to
than
1, not to 1 to 2. Okay,
Yes, sir.
can you paste your code here or in the Telegram? Because sometimes here pasting is difficult, you can paste your code in Telegram. Let me check what you have written.
Okay, sir.
Do it now. So he's saying that it's not working after he increment to 1. It's not working. Let me see what he has in his code. Yeah, like this I want you to come whenever you get error, because because if you don't solve it now, you will be lost. Okay, let me see. Handle click equal to e, wall equal to 0, console.log e equal to if target dot class second subtract we wall. You cannot say wall equal to wall minus 1. You have to say wall equal to count minus 1. We have to take the count variable, not the wall variable. And second if else condition also, it should not be wall equal to wall minus 1 is wrong. See what I have written, count plus 1. It should be this variable, this state variable,
Okay,
not
sir,
this
okay.
variable. Try it with count.
Okay. Working, sir.
Okay, it's working. Now let's go and add some more functionality here, which I told you just now. We have to put the color. Okay, so let's try to understand how we will put the color for this count one. Before writing some variables for the color, I will just do hard coding of the color. So here in this div tag, I will create one new tag called a style. And style is the object, so you have to start with the curly bracket. So style is the object, so you have to start with the curly bracket. Not even because of object we are using curly bracket. Any variable if we want to put inside the style, we have to use the curly bracket here. And inside curly bracket, I have to put another curly bracket. Remember, we should have two curly brackets because this internal curly bracket is the object and the external curly bracket is the variable. So since we have to put the variable inside the style tag, so outer curly bracket will be for the variable and inside curly bracket is for the object. So remember, whenever you try to put style, you have to put curly bracket inside it. Okay, so that is the, you have to just remember. Now inside the curly bracket, I will just say color. Color is the CSS property and I will just make it red right now. I am hard coding this value, but this value will come dynamically with the value of this count. So if count is greater than 0, we will choose one color. If count is below 0, we will choose another color. If count is equal to 0, we will choose another color. But right now I want to put red and I will to see how it looks. In addition to doing the red color, I will also increase the font size so it is clear. Visibly it should look a little bigger. So I will say font size equal to maybe 24 pixel. And maybe I will say font weight equal to bold. If you don't understand what is font size, font weight, don't worry, we will do it in the CSS class. But if you want to understand, this is the size of the text and this is something bold. So if you have done Word, there is a bold, italic, something like that. So this weight is saying bold. Now let's see if it is having the color of red. Let's check in the browser. So now you will see it is red color. But even if I put add, that is it is greater than 1, then also it is red color. And if it is less than 0, then also it is red color. So we don't want that. We want to change the color based on the value of the count. If count is greater than 0, we will give one color. If count is less than 0, we will give another color. If count equal to 0, we will give another color. Since that variable will also change based on some requirement, that is based on this count value, so I will create another state variable for the color. I will say constant. Maybe I will give some name as my color. I'm just changing it to my color. And I'm saying set my color. I can put color also, but I don't want to put color for some particular reason which I will explain you later. But you can choose color also. But I have chosen the variable name my color and I will say react.useState, and here I have to give the default color to it. Since default value is 0, maybe I can say default color will be something, I will say red. Red is the default color. So whenever the value is 0, I want to show red color. Okay, so what is the default value of my color? Red. I'll take this variable, and instead of the red, I will just put my color. What is my color? My color is this one. Since we have to change based on some value, therefore I have created the state variable. If I don't want to change the value based on something, then I would have used directly variable without using the state variable. Now, since my my task is change my color based on some settings. What is the setting? The count value. If count value is less than 0, then my color will change. If count is greater than 0, my color will change. Therefore, I have chosen it to create a state variable. A state variable is always created when you have to change it in the course of your program. Now I have used this my color here in the color part. Okay, let's see if it is working now. So it is showing the red also now because we are getting the default value. So before I do further, just write down this state variable and put this style in this div tag. Whenever I explain, you don't type at that time. You have to type when I'm done explaining, because otherwise you will lose what I'm explaining. So just create this state variable and add the style to this div tag, the count div tag. I'll give you 1 minute to finish this. Okay, so I think it's done by Sonu and many of other people. So let's go further now. Now I want you to tell me. Where should I put set my color? Okay. Okay, this is a difficult. I don't want to tell. I will tell you now. Maybe in the second project I will ask you what things to be done. So what I will do, let me open the JavaScript file which I did before creating the React project. I did the same project in the JavaScript. So let me open that index.html file. You will see I created a function called the set color, and based on the value of the count.innerHTML, I was setting the color to blue, red, or black. So we need to create this function called as the set color, and based on the count value, we will do change in the color value. Okay, so now let's go to our project 1 here again. So here I will create another function called as set color. Instead of set color, I will create a new name, handle color. I'll put handle color. And inside the handle color, I will check. Inside the handle color, I will check that what is the value of the count is there. If count is greater than 0, then I will make some color, and if it is less than 0, I will make another color. If it is equal to 0, we will make another color. So here I will pass some value. So count will be passed inside the handle color. So let's create the parameter here. I will say, for example, X right now. I'm just saying X. You can put any name. And here I will say if X is greater than 0, then I want the color to be something. Else if x is less than 0, I want color to be something, and else if x is equal to 0, I want something to be color to be something of different color. Okay, how will I change the color here? What should I write to change the color? Can anyone tell me? I want to change the color here if x is greater than 0. X will be nothing but the count which I will pass in this function. So x is nothing but the count. I am not taking count because I will be passing the count inside this function. I will passing the count as a parameter or as an attribute to this function. So how will I change the color? Shall I write my color equal to something? Is this right? Is this right?
No, sir. We have to call set my color, and inside that we
Right.
have to pass the color.
Right. I cannot use this one. I cannot use this one. The reason is to change the color, I cannot use this my color to update the value of my color. We have to use this as a second parameter as a function to change the color. So I will say set my color to whatever color I want. Let's say I want blue color. Okay, and let's say if it is less than 0, I want another color. Maybe I can say orange color. Okay, and if it is equal to 0, I want red color. Okay, so what I am doing, I am creating handle color where I am passing some value, and if this value is greater than 0, I am changing the color to blue, and if this value is less than 0, I am changing the color to orange, and if this is equal to 0, then I am changing it to the red color. Now I have to call this handle color here by passing the value in it. So instead of passing the count value, because count will be nothing but this value which will be updated to the count, so I am passing this value to the handle color. So whatever the value we are having for the count will be passed here as in the handle color, and the handle color will do the rest of the stuff. Let's check this on the browser. So it's a 0. If I click add, you will see color becomes blue. If I subtract, if it's less than 0, it becomes orange. Okay, so what is happening when value is getting greater than 1, greater than 0, that value is passed to the handle color, and that handle color is changing the color based on the value which we are passing it. If we are passing greater than 0, then it is setting the color to different value, less than it is setting to different value, or it is setting to different value. Since this is the last case, I can remove this else if part. I can say else also. It should also work same way. Let's double check it. So I'm getting different color. Okay, so now you add this function and call this function here. I'll give you 1 minute, 2 minutes to do that. Let me know when it's done. Okay, so one question to everybody. Can I keep this function outside the app? Is it is it possible to keep this function outside the app?
Hope it is not, because the React app will start after the function app.
What? It's not clear. Can you repeat?
We can't, sir, because React app will start the app function only after running the app
Okay.
function.
Okay. Okay. So who is saying yes? Santosh is saying yes. Sonu Singh is saying yes. So if I want to keep, let's say, if I want to keep handle color outside, this set my color is inside the app, and I'm keeping handle color outside the app. So how will this outside function will call set my color? Those who are saying yes, they have to answer me. Set my color is called inside this function, but set my color is created inside the app function. So how will I call set my color here in this function? Can anyone tell me? Fast, I want answer. Those who are saying yes, they have to answer it. Those who are saying no, they don't have any answer. Right? I want answer from the people who are saying yes. Right. So how has given the answer? So we could say in this set my color as a parameter to handle color. I could have passed set my color as a second parameter, and here I would have passed this set my color as a parameter as an attribute to handle color. Then this set my color will go to this function, and it will call the set my color, which is nothing but this one, and it will do the needful. It will update it when whatever is required. So let's check this one again. One second, let me open. So let me refresh it. So I'm adding it. So it's working. I am seeing the color change. So even if we created this function outside the app function, but still I am able to do the things as usual. Okay, let's say if I don't want to pass the set my color here, what is the another way so that I can keep this function outside the app function? Can anyone suggest me any other way? I don't want to pass, for example. I can pass. This is valid JavaScript, and we can pass the function. But if I don't want to pass it, what is the another way? Can anyone suggest me any other way? I don't want to pass this my set color here. I can pass, but I don't want. Think. I will give you answer in 1 minute. I want someone to answer it. Okay, so nobody is answering it. So what I can do, okay, someone has written it. Inside the handle clicks, I have a handle color return the string color. Yes, that is what I was going to tell. How I has given the right answer, which I was thinking in my mind. So what I can do, instead of calling the set my color, I could have created some variable, maybe kind of y equal to something like this empty value. Then in the first case, I will say y equal to blue, I will remove the set my color, and in the second case I will say y equal to orange, and in the third case I would have said y equal to red. I could have also removed the else condition by putting red here inside this and removing the else condition here, and I will return y. So what I am doing, I am returning the y from this function. So based on the value of the x, that is value of the count, we get red, blue or orange. And here I would have created another variable constant color equal to handle color. So whatever value I pass to handle color, and handle color will give me some value red, blue or orange. Then I could have used set my color, and I would have passed this color value. So from this function I would have got red, blue or green, and then I could have passed this color in the set my color. So set my color remains inside the app only, and this function is self-sufficient. It will only give me the result of color, and that way I keep the set my color inside my app, which I could have passed it here, but I'm not passing it here. So I'm getting some value and I'm setting my color here. Let's see if this function works fine. Let me refresh. It's not working. Let me see why. Let's check why it's not working. So theoretically it's right, but let me check what is the problem. Okay, so I click add. Color is blue. So problem is coming like color is blue is getting semicolon. That's the reason. If I refresh it now it's coming correctly. It's changing the color properly. So since the handle color is very individual, it is not related to this application, I would prefer this handle color to remain outside my app function. I will try to put things in the app function which are really tied to this application also, this application only. I could have keep this also outside the handle click like this. Maybe I can create another one. Constant calculate. Yeah, so I don't want to put this part here. Okay, so this part means I need to pass the outside it. That makes things little complicated. So let me keep the handle click inside the app only, and I put this handle color outside it. Though I could have put this part also outside by passing the or passing the e.target.class list, but I don't want to go into that complexity today in this class. But in future we will also do something like that. We will pass it in another function. Okay, so don't worry about that one now. So those who have not copied it, can you move this handle color outside the app and call these two lines inside the handle click? So just do this change in your code. Keep the handle color outside and then call these two functions, two lines of the code here inside the handle click, these two lines. So I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Okay, so any questions on this project? Any questions in understanding this project? Okay, no. Two people are saying no. Okay, I will give you one URL where I have written this application. So this is my plain JavaScript code to do the same function which we have done here. This is a plain JavaScript part, and this is the React part. In the React part, whatever I have done, I have put it here. So if anyone has missed any line of the statement, they can go to this URL and they can copy it. So now the thing is that now few days I will not be touching another project in the React. We will be doing lot other things like JavaScript. We will do some program, interview questions and other things we'll do for few days, couple of days. So you have to do this project every day, at least do one time. Do it in the plain JavaScript also by looking it. Don't do without looking. Just look it and copy it and type it. This is the vanilla JavaScript method, and this is the React one. So just delete the app.js, write it again. Then delete it, write it again. Do this for 2-3 days so that you understand everything. And if you feel that you don't understand any line, you can ask me. Okay, I will give this URL in the chat, in the Telegram chat also in this chat also. So you can go through this project and do it again and again. And from tomorrow, for 2-3 days, I will not touch the React project. We will do something different, maybe interview question or maybe some CSS part, which I will tell you tomorrow, not today. Okay, so